So I couldn't get that done, and this person came in and they interrupted me, and it didn't work out the way I wanted to. And on top of that, I got all these other things I need to work on. I can't make time for it. I'm just so tired of everything. And I just don't want to do this anymore. And no one's helping me. And no one's available at any time. I don't have any friends and everything.
Well, have you at least tried to
get that done? And this person came in and they interrupted me, and it didn't work out the way I wanted to. And on top of that, I got all these other things I need to work on. I can't make time for it. I'm just so tired of everything. And I just don't want to do this.
stop complaining? Because that's what you sound like. What's up, my fellow entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs? Don Mohsin here. Welcome to Flash E-Knowledge episode 3. Thanks so much for those of you who are continuously tuning in, the few of you, but I still appreciate you. And thank you. I want to start by apologizing. As you know, I'm still trying to get used to YouTube, so I apologize about the sound and the audio. Wow. I apologize about the sound and the lighting in the last video. I'm still trying to learn the best tactics, the best lighting, the best sound. I'm experimenting with a few things, so I apologize, but thank you for bearing with me and not completely dropping me and quitting on me. So I appreciate your support. Let's start off with the highlights for the week. I hate to make all the highlights about numbers, but we're just growing and it's so amazing. So I have to bring up quantity. But we are at, the last video we were at 300 some followers on Facebook. We're at like 425 now. Just steadily growing, and it's just absolutely amazing. I'm so humbled by it, and I really appreciate everyone's support, and I appreciate just the love that we're receiving. So thank you so much for your support, for your engagement, and I look forward to the next steps together. The second highlight for this week, and usually we just have one, but I had to include this one as well, is we've actually hired a fashion marketing consultant. As I mentioned during the last week's video, we were interviewing and we had some great candidates. We've actually made our decision. Welcome to the team, Alex. She's going to be starting with us in the next few days. We're very excited to have her on the team. She brings a lot of raw talent and a lot of raw experience, and she's very curious, very excited about the fashion field and marketing. We can't wait to see what we can accomplish together. So welcome to the team, Alex. All right, so what are the successes for the week? I mentioned a video or two ago about ads and how I was kind of experimenting with ads, and I kind of just threw it out there, and I was kind of hoping that both men and women would catch on. Well, over time I did analysis, and I ended up figuring out that, look, the copy in that one ad wasn't resonating with men. So I've been doing a lot of experimentation, and I'm happy to say that I actually ran 2 different ad sets. Not ad sets, actually ads. If you're running Facebook ads, there's a difference between ad sets and ads. But I ran 2 different ads with 2 different copies just to kind of see what was out there. One of them has been catching on with men. Very excited about that, and now we've started to see some men like the page, follow the page, and start to engage. So that's pretty awesome. So we now have a successful ad for men running to like our Facebook page and kind of engage with our Facebook page. The second success for the week, I finally got around to setting up our company LinkedIn page. I hadn't been messing with LinkedIn too much just because I had to set up everything else for the company, social media wise. We didn't have an Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter or any of that stuff, just trying to get that up to speed. So LinkedIn was kind of the last piece I need to set up. So finally set that up, and we've already got a little bit of engagement going. Not much, but obviously it's brand new, And the good news is we have another position open for a fashion consultant. So it's great to be able to post that kind of information in a more business-oriented environment and being able to draw in different type of clientele. So excited about getting LinkedIn set up and seeing what that platform can provide to the company. What's my learning opportunity for the week? I need help. Plain and simple. There's a lot to do, and those of you who are, again, running your company, trying to be an entrepreneur, starting to be an entrepreneur, want to be an entrepreneur, there's just so much to do. As I mentioned, it's not easy. It's something that you really have to organize and manage in your life and truly be dedicated and focused to be an entrepreneur. So I need help, and that's kind of why I've decided to expand the team. That's usually it was 2 to 3 people. Now it might end up being about 3 to 4 people. And just it was difficult for me as the leader of this company to kind of hand out things, because you kind of want your hands in everything and you want to control everything, and some of that is kind of old school mentality. But the fact of the matter is, if you have the right people in the right place and you're guiding them and you're being a good servant leader and you're giving them the tools they need to be successful, you can absolutely hand off pieces of your company. And that's just my personal opinion. When I first started, I wanted to do everything myself and I wanted to control everything. But the fact of the matter is, I need help. And that's why I decided to expand the team. So just coming to that realization was a good learning opportunity for me, and being able to give away some of that power and some of that, some of my responsibilities is helping a lot. It's helping me, set the strategic vision for the company and focus more on the big picture, while I have some talented people, running some of the bits and pieces and big operations for the companies. The second learning opportunity for this week is I need to get better at why. I've been following Simon Sinek a lot. I'm not sure if that's the way to pronounce it, Sinek, whatever, even though I just pronounce it the same way. But I've been following him a lot about, starting with why, because people buy from companies that they believe in. They buy from companies who believe what they believe. And people also follow leaders whom they believe in, right? That's why some leaders create drones that work for money, while other leaders inspire and create a team that will, sacrifice things for that leader because they believe in that leader and they believe, they're both on the same page in their beliefs. So I need to get better at why. I've been focusing a little too much on what and how, which is great, but it's too selly. It's too, how can I put this? It sounds too markety. And it's hard for people to connect and resonate with kind of the what and how. But why is a different story. People connect with the why. And to be honest, I have a lot of great whys for why I created the lasting impression. And I need to get better at starting to tell that story instead of trying to be a marketer and trying to, focus so much on the what and how, because people don't really care about that. I mean, you may find some small transactions here and there, but if you want true loyalty out of your customer base and you want people to really resonate with the company and really connect with the company, you need to start with the why. So that's another learning opportunity for me in the way I speak and also in some of our marketing. Let's jump to the flashy advice for the week. My flashy advice for the week is stop complaining. Stop. You're probably complaining right now. You're probably complaining right now about me telling you to stop, about not complaining. Complaining doesn't do anything for you. Well, some may be like, well, I have to complain. It makes it feel good. It makes me, I get to say what I want to say. Yes, fine. Everyone complain. We all have the right to complain. We can complain and, we complain to our friends. We complain on social media. For those of you who make that a major point in your life, you need to stop that. All that is negativity. It's energy that you are putting into the wrong place, and it's not going to do anything. You sound like a whiner. You don't get anything out of complaining. You don't achieve any goals. You waste time. You might push people away. You might lose opportunities. You might lose relationships. You manifest negative things in your life. Should I go on, people? But instead I'm just telling you to stop complaining and all the bad stuff related to complaining, I'm going to help you figure out how to get over it. I'm going to teach you how to counter complaining. And do you know how I know how to counter complaining? Because this guy used to complain a lot. Complain about my job, I'll complain about relationships, I'll complain about my life in general, my car, my weight, whatever. I would find a way to complain, and one day I realized, oh my God, I've got this dark aura of complaint and negativity around me, and I wanted to get rid of it. It wasn't doing anything for me. So let me help you counter complaining and how to get rid of this habit of yours. Number one, take a notepad, a sticky, your phone, whatever, tablet, whatever you want to use. Start counting how many times you complain every day for 1 full week. After you do that, I want you to figure out the themes that you have in your complaints. It could be your weight, it could be that you're not happy with your job, it could be that you're not happy with your relationship, it could be that you're not happy with the goals you're achieving in life. Whatever it is, find out your themes. After you find out your themes, I want you to pick one and start making small changes on that one theme. So for example, if you don't like your job, maybe you start applying for other jobs that week. Maybe you work on your resume. Maybe you start networking in an area that you're interested in. I don't care what it is, but I want you to make a small change every week, if you can, every day in that area to start to correct your behavior. Now, once you start making changes, you'll notice that, okay, you'll start complaining about it less just because you're actually putting that energy and devoting that energy into something positive for it rather than just whining and complaining and nothing happening. My personal mantra is you gotta take action to get action, and I apologize, I forgot to tell you guys that last week, but I'm saying it now. Instead of complaining and whining about everything in your life, you gotta take action to get action. If you want something to change in your life, if you want something to happen, make a small change. It doesn't have to be a giant epic move. All you have to do is make small changes. Those small changes start to add up in mid-sized changes. Those mid-sized changes start to accumulate into big changes. And then before you know, you're not complaining about that area anymore. And then you start to develop this habit where you see something you don't like, and instead of complaining, you start to make small changes to make it better and make it more positive for you in your life. So stop complaining and start doing. And again, my personal mantra is you gotta take action to get action. Alright guys and gals, that's it for week 3. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Don Mohsin out.